You're a liar. Why am I a liar? You said you would be more consistent in your uploads. I did say that, didn't I? You let down the African children. Don't you think you're over-exaggerating? I hate you. Okay. Fair enough. What is up, everybody? My name is Jonathan, and I'm sorry, all right? I know that in my last video, I had said I would be more consistent in my uploads, and I have not. I've even gotten more sporadic, if that is even possible. But anyway, there's a couple things I'd like to talk about in this video. I finally have gotten my hands on the Canon R5, which you guys would not have known that because it's been a couple months. And then also, I want to talk about the Canon R5S rumors that are swirling out there in the dark webs of the internet. The darkest of webs. Not even the spiders go there. But anywho. So we're going to be talking about the Canon R5, the things that I love about it, the things that I'm not a big fan of. But there's a lot of qualities in this camera that I do like. First and foremost, I love the fact that now I can shoot in 4K 120 with autofocus. With the Canon 1DX Mark III, I wasn't able to do that. That was kind of like a big deal. Like, they only gave you 1080 and 120. Like, there's some cameras that are shooting 1080 and 240. Sony A7S III. But anyway, it was very disappointing because I'd rather have the 4K 120 rather than the 5.5K RAW. Even though the 5.5K RAW is so much easier to create a proxy for than 8K RAW. Trust me, if you still want to be alive by the time that exports, just don't shoot in 8K RAW. And then there's a couple other things. Like, I do like the idea of being able to use 8K RAW. Even though I'm not going to use it immensely, it's still a pretty cool thing to have in the back of your pocket, especially if you're shooting music videos and close-ups and stuff of that nature. But also, they've also increased the overheating time, which is very, very awesome. I think it was with the 1.1.1 point, with all the ones firmware update, and I was just glad to see that because I think that was the biggest deal before I even got my hands on this camera that I made a big stink about on this channel is, man, if that thing overheats consistently, we're gonna be in big doo-doo. But also, last but not least, I love the 4K HQ. I understand it's a downsampling of the 8K RAW, and it blows my mind the image quality that you get out of that. I'm actually recording on 4K HQ All-I right now. Now, with that being said, there are a couple flaws. Still, the overheating is quite an issue because I hate the fact that I have a timer now that I feel like I'm like on a chain, like a dog on a chain, and I can't go anywhere because my master, he ties me to a tree and he whips me. But I'm just not a big fan of the timer or whatnot. But also, with that being said, I think the other thing is, if I can think right now, which I can't. Oh yeah, the dynamic range. Compared to the Sony line, the dynamic range on this sucks unless you have a good ND filter. And believe me, by the time you spend all this money on all this crap, you don't want to go out and then spend your money on a ND filter after you've already purchased $5,000 worth of equipment. But anyway, there's a couple flaws with it. As you can see, there's not a lot of things that are out there that are really eye-opening where it's like, I'm not gonna buy this camera. But with that being said, do not sell your soul for this camera, all right? I see a lot of people overpricing this on eBay and other places, Facebook Marketplace, and selling it for $4,500 to $5,000, and they're like, you know, if you give me this, I'll give you this camera because I know that you can't get your hands on it right now. It's like Satan saying,
hey, if you give me your soul, I'll give you this camera.
Actually sounds like a good deal.
That was easier than I thought.
Yeah, kind of a pushover. Don't do it. Just wait, all right? Unless you find a good deal. On Facebook Marketplace, I found mine for $3,700, and the guy did not even use it. So it was a very, very good deal. He may have tampered with it, I don't know. But anyway, So now there's been rumors floating out there in the interwebs, rumors of a Canon R5S. Now, with all that, people are saying that this is not going to be a videographer's camera or anything like that. This is going to be mostly for people who are taking stills and whatnot. But this camera has a whopping 90 megapixel sensor. 90 megapixel sensor. And that may seem like overkill because it is. I don't really see the use of that. I mean, I'm fairly happy with my 45 megapixel sensor. I understand that you get more information in an image and you're able to expose it and be able to go back and get all, maybe you underexposed a photo and maybe you're able to retain all the information so that you are able to expose it again and do a lot more in post. But I don't see the practicality in it, especially when you're going to be spending probably as much as you are on the R5. That's the only downturn. I mean, it's a pretty big downturn. I just don't see the point of it, because you have a great stills camera in the R5 and you're able to shoot video on it. You're going to get just a stills camera that can't even shoot great video on it. You're going to get average video at best. And so I'd say don't blow your wad on that thing. Just wait. Just wait until Canon comes out with the best freaking camera ever. Then spend all your money and say, hey Canon, here's $1 million. Thanks for the great camera. But anyway, that's all I have in this video. Hope you guys enjoyed it. If you haven't already, make sure to hit subscribe. Make sure to hit the like button and also the bell so that you're updated of when I am uploading.
If you don't, I'll find you and I will kill you.
Now, the other thing is, I love interacting with people, so make sure to comment down below. Love to talk to you guys more in depth about this video. I'll see you guys later.